It doesn't matter how old they are. If you have kids, you are probably thinking ahead to college and how you will be able to afford it, especially when you're trying to plan for retirement as well. If you're in that boat, pay attention right now because Michael Canet with ProStatus Financial is here. ProStatus is a full-service financial and retirement firm in the Baltimore area, and Mike is also a popular radio show host and best-selling author. Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, tell me, I've already got a 4-year-old and I am scared about college. She hasn't even gotten into kindergarten yet. I think a lot of us are in the same boat. Where do parents start with all of this?
Yeah, it is kind of scary because not only are you trying to take care of yourself and raise kids, and with 4-year-old you understand it's very expensive to raise kids. So you have to start early. You need to start putting money away, and it's just a matter of where's the best place for that money to go. What type of savings plan do you set up for you and your family and your kids?
So talk to me about a 529 plan.
So the 529 really just is about the tax code section. And what it allows you to do is get a tax write-off for putting money into an account for your child's education. It has to be qualified. So in Maryland, it's through T. Rowe Price. There's a couple companies outside of Maryland that you can use as well. But to get the tax deduction on the Maryland tax return, you have to use the T. Rowe Price plan. And a 529 specifically is a plan where you choose the mutual funds that you're going to invest in. And that contrasts from the prepaid college trust fund or the college savings plan. We were talking about that a little bit earlier.
That's what I was going to ask you. So the difference between a 529, a college savings, a prepaid college, it gets a little confusing. There's so many different avenues.
Right, and I think really the big choices that you have, the prepaid college trust fund and the college savings plan, that's all the same thing.
Oh, okay.
And the 529, again, you're directing where the money goes. But with the prepaid college trust fund, basically what you're doing is you're transferring the risk of the investments, the risk of the returns to Maryland, and you're also transferring the inflationary pressures of paying for college. Because college tuitions go up 3, 4, 5, I've seen them 8, 10% in some years.
Right.
So by going to the prepaid college trust fund, you make an arrangement with the state of Maryland to put away X amount based on what type of school. Do you want 2 years of college? Do you want community college? Do you want a 4-year? You get choices. And with the prepaid college trust fund, you just sign up, you pay X amount, and they guarantee there'll be enough money there for your college, for your kid to go to college when the time comes. And here's the nice thing about it. Let's say your kid decides not to go to a Maryland school or goes to a private school.
Right.
They can still use money from the prepaid college trust fund to go to a private school or even go to a school out of state.
So do you recommend doing both the prepaid college and the 529 or one or the other? What are the alternatives?
Well, I think really what you want to do is you want to figure out how much money you can afford as a family to set aside. Because remember, you still have to take care of yourself for retirement. So you're balancing two sides of a puzzle here. I personally think the Roth IRA is a wonderful tool instead of the 529 because the Roth IRA really gives you the flexibility. If you have a kid that's a Rhodes Scholar and is getting full scholarships, you don't need tuition money, but you might want some extra money to buy them a car or buy her a trip through Europe for her summer vacation. You can't do that with the 529 money.
Kid's
but you
really
can.
lucking out,
And here's the most important part. The Roth IRA, if you put money into Roth IRA, it does not count against you when it comes to those federal forms for student aid and student loans. So that's important to know as well.
So talk to me also about those tax advantages. Are there more, or is that primarily the most significant one?
The most significant one is you get that deduction in Maryland. You can deduct up to $2,500 per student per parent on your tax return. So a mom and dad could put $5,000 away per kid and get a nice little tax deduction on the Maryland return.
Wow, it's so much to learn, but I know that you're helping Midday Maryland viewers as well. Down the line, if your child isn't going to college, again, you were just saying that this is one of those situations where you can...
Well, so if your kid doesn't go to school, there's other things you can do with the money, and it's just a matter of planning correctly. And when you sit down with an advisor, when you sit down with the T. Rowe Price, they can talk you through those issues on how to handle the money if your kid doesn't go to school.
Perfect. And for the first 5 callers at 866-597-1040, you will be helping them walk through a college savings plan. That's excellent. Thank you so much. When we come back, some sweet treats that will make your dessert fantasies come true. Stay tuned.